But I was there yesterday. I was at Wembley yesterday. I was working at Wembley yesterday. First half.
Palace are a decent side, didn't they?
Hey, Palace do well, you know.
The fans right get behind them.
Brilliant.
Great crowd.
They look as though they can't wait for a European trip.
Yeah. Let's hope they get there.
I hope so.
Let's hope they get the Europa League.
I do. I think it's
later on.
I think it's fair. But what do you call him? Ekiteke, I thought did really well first half. Scored after about 4 minutes. Looks the part, Ray.
Some great little touches.
Do you know in that way? I think he looks one of these centre forwards. He played through the middle. You fire it into him,
holds it up.
Aye. You know what I mean?
One and two touch football.
See if you're a midfield player, you're confident firing it into him and it'll stick.
Yeah.
Wirtz did fine. Wirtz did well first half. And then Palace came into the second half when Ekiteke went off, actually.
Bit more energy?
Well, they took him off. And Liverpool came...
Who come on for him?
I'm trying to think. I've got it written down. Harvey Elliott come on. Who else? Hold on 2 seconds. Got it written down there. Elliott come on. Who else? McAllister come on, Endo come on, and Robertson come on later on.
Okay.
But tell you did well. Adam Wharton did well.
Oh, good player.
Played well.
I've always really rated him. You know, he's one of them sort of players. He just gets on with it, the job he's got to do.
He always looks forward. Ball comes in, he always looks forward.
Well, you always say that to anyone, don't you? First pass forward. If you can't go forward, then you go sideways.
Yeah.
It's always been like that, but I think he's got a real chance. I really believe that Tuchel will look at him.
So do I.
It's a massive season for so many players, isn't there? I mean, World Cup coming up, Ellie, so you've got to really show yourself. That's why Jack Grealish has got to go, isn't he? He's got to go and play football.
He's got to go and play.
And he's got to go and play. He
mate.
might have an opportunity to get back in the England squad.
Got to go and play.
Yeah, wherever he's going to go to, it'd be interesting to see where he goes.
But Liverpool, I thought, looked really good for certainly first half. And then the bits and pieces saying Palace come back.
They're the ones to beat.
I think so, mate.
All day long.
I definitely think so.
Especially if they get Isak.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know what's going to happen now. Or maybe a centre-half. They might go for another centre-half as well.
I think they're a bit short there.
Yeah.
And Joe Gomez, I really like, but can he seem to stay fit? And if they get an injury to Big Virgil or Kanate, they'll be struggling. So the problem, I think, need a strength in a centre-back. But if they get Isak as well, because the boy Ekiteke look as though he could play either side.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People forget they've made some great signings, Liverpool. They have. Made some brilliant signings. However, Ray, they've lost goals out of their team. You know, you think about it, Diaz away, Nunez away. Obviously, the absolute tragedy with the Jota situation. So they've lost a lot of goals out of their team as well. They've replaced some great players that come in. But if they get Isak, it's going to be interesting to see what's happening there.
It's going to be a great season.
I can't wait.
Do you know what? As a player, we love the old.
Oh, mate.
We loved the 6 weeks off, didn't we?
Aye.
But when you're not a player anymore, you're an ex-player. I can't wait for it to start again, can you? not being horrible to the players.
I'm a shame, mate. I've got to say.
Even pre-season, though, even if you're a player pre-season, you just can't wait to get that first game and you're off and running again.
I'm a shame, mate. I loved my break, but now, last week I'm thinking, come on, let's get
it on. And do you know what? The game yesterday is always the opening game, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Community Shield, whether
that's the one that gets us.
That's the one you go, whoa, he's back. The Premier League is back.
It certainly is back, mate, and we're back as well. Monday, August 11th. I'm going to talk to you about Isak as well. What do you think is going to happen there? We'll have a good chat about that later on the show. It's 6:13. Stay with us, guys. Now, Newcastle's poor summer continued on Saturday as they were beating 2-0 in James's Park by Atletico Madrid, meaning their pre-season record stands at 2 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses. But more importantly, they still only completed the one signing in Anthony Elanga. And on Friday's drive show, Gabby suggested that the Saudi owners may be more concerned by the Pro League than Newcastle. Surely not, Gabby.
We want them players. They're not thinking about Newcastle in that of helping rivals. They're thinking, I like Nunez. Nunez will work well. It's a deal. He wants to leave. Let's go and get him. They wouldn't be like, no, we'd only get Nunez. That's going to make Liverpool stronger financially so they can afford to buy Isak off us. I don't think they're even thinking about that.
You don't think that?
No, I don't.
You don't think they're thinking 1 second? So we help Liverpool in the sense of, I think, pay quite a nice sum of money for Darwin Nunez. That's helping Liverpool fund the deal for Isak.
I think they're looking at the Saudi Arabian teams that they own before Newcastle. I really do.
Right, moving on. Ray's just showed me that picture of pigeon head and it has actually scarred me.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man alive, mate. No way.
Put you off your breakfast,
I certainly would. Now, Arsenal have done it again. Well, I want to talk to you first of all. What about Isak? What do we think? It's an interesting one. I'll give you my 10 pence worth straight away.
I think it's such a nightmare deal for Newcastle. When a player doesn't want to stay and you don't want to stay, you've got to just try and do the best deal they can for the club, can't you? and that's what they're holding out. This is how much it is. You know, if Liverpool want him that badly, you've got to offer the money.
That's where I am on it, because everybody's looking at, you know, looking at Eddie Howe and saying, right, Eddie's got to be strong, he's got to be disciplined, he's got to do this, he's got to do the next thing. What Eddie Howe's got to do, in my opinion, he's got to look after Newcastle's best interests, right? He's got to do what's right for the football team and the football club.
Yeah.
Now, if he thinks that's bringing Isak back in and not letting him go, then he's got to do that. I actually don't think he will think like that. I think he won't want a player that's not happy.
No.
Eddie Howe will not want a player that's not happy, Ray. So what Eddie will probably be wanting, the money for Isak, get him out the door. If he's wanting out the door, let him out the door at the right price.
Yeah.
But he needs to get a replacement.
You've got to do it quick, though.
Yeah,
You know,
that's my
running out,
point.
Time's running
That's
out.
my point.
And you need to get the player into this squad. And, you know, I really don't agree with this window, do you? I mean, it shouldn't be going on when the season started.
I know.
You know, you could play for two games for a club, then you get bought.
I know.
It's ridiculous,
And
really.
the selling club has not got time to replace
Exactly,
it.
and they got
See, that's
time-
what I think. Newcastle are stuck between a rock and a hard place right now.
What has he got left on his contract? Is it 3 years left?
I would imagine.
So
3 years.
you could have done a deal with him. You could have said
I've got to
to him,
say,
it's a gamble.
I don't think he's handled it particularly well either.
No, I don't like players.
No,
what they do.
far from it.
Newcastle have been so good to him.
Do you know what upsets me a little bit, Ray? Footballers, when that situation arises, right? I just think
It's the right way to do it.
there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it, and I think he's doing it the wrong way.
Of course.
See, when you sign a contract, as soon as you put pen to paper,
Yes.
the first thing you should be thinking about is, I'm going to honour that contract because I'm happy with it. I've signed a 3-year contract, I've signed a 1-year contract, I've signed a 4-year contract. If you're happy with
Yes.
it, you should be thinking, right, I'm going to honour this.
Don't worry about other players.
Correct.
Yeah.
I should be signing it for 2 years, I should be signing it for 3 years, 4, whatever it is. You can't sign a 4 or 5 year contract then after a year say, I don't fancy this. I understand that if you're not in the team and you maybe say to the manager, look, knock his door, bump, you're not playing me, you don't fancy me, what about letting me go?
Yeah.
That's a different issue entirely. And then the manager will maybe say, yeah, I understand you want to play.
He's their main man.
Yeah, you're surplus to requirements or
Yeah.
whatever. That's a different situation. I just think you've got to handle it a little bit better.
I'm totally with you, Ellie. I mean, you got. Why'd you sign that contract? Why didn't you say, well,
Correct.
I want a 3-year contract?
Correct.
Whether Newcastle can say to him, look, give me 1 more year. I think that's what Sir Alex Ferguson did with Ronaldo, didn't he? Give me 1 more good year,
Yep.
and then you can go. But then you're taking a gamble that he doesn't get injured. If he gets a serious injured, like Carwell's got now and Maddison, or ACL, suddenly you're in trouble as a club and as a player. So it's, as you rightly said, it's the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. And I don't like to see that. Do you know who was very loyal with contracts was Arsene Wenger?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he signed a 5-year contract because that got him the revenue to build a new stadium.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't lend the money to Arsenal. But he could have gone Real Madrid. He had opportunities. He said, no, I've signed a contract. I'll be loyal to the club.
Correct.
So that's why he was a little bit disappointed at the end of his reign.
Yeah.
And it all went wrong a little bit wrong.
I can
It went a little bit
understand that
wrong
as well,
for
Ray.
him.
Yeah.
But that's why he was so disappointed with the club to say, well, you've been sacked. Because he could have walked away halfway through his contract and Arsenal wouldn't be where they are now with a new stadium and all that sort of stuff.
100%. And I just think sometimes the players, need to have a think about it and see, somebody like Jack Grealish is in a completely different, right?
He's not playing,
No, and Jack Grealish could have thrown the toys out of pram and said, look, I'm not playing. I want away. I want this. I want the next thing. I don't think he's done that.
No.
I think he stayed there. He clearly be unhappy if he's not getting enough game time, right? He'll want to play. But I think he's handled the situation better.
Absolutely.
Isak's gone, well, I want to go to Liverpool. And I get it, but if Eddie Howe and his board and his owners think, well, we've had an offer here, 120, 130 million, it's a completely different situation if he pulls Isak in and says, look, big fella, we've received a bid here for Liverpool.
Yeah.
We can't knock that back. We feel it's a good deal. Even then, Ray, Isak has no obligation to go because he's signed. He obviously would go and he wants to go, But if he wasn't happy with the move, he says, no, I'm happy at Newcastle. I want to stay here for 2 or 3 years.
Well, that's a problem with a lot of clubs, isn't it? I mean, you can't get the players out. Look at Manchester United.
Yeah.
They're in that sort of situation now. I know they've got Rashford out now, and Garnacho looks like he's going to go Chelsea, but it's really hard. Once you sign that contract, the player, as long as you turn up for training every day,
correct,
on time,
correct,
you do everything what the club asks you to do.
Yeah, you're doing your job.
Even if you're training with reserves or whoever you're training with, then you can stay for your contract.
Yeah.
And if you're on big money, that's the problem you have. And that's why when Chelsea was signing people on 8-year deals and it doesn't work out and they could just sit there for 8 years in reserves and take the money, it's, That's when the player, though,
of course,
you regret it when you finish.
Well, you want to play, don't you?
You look back and say, all them years I've missed. In my prime, I'm not even playing.
100%. Ray, if they're on good money, yeah, that's one thing. But the first thing you want to do as a professional football players play.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting there, I know you would think, I could sit here and take the money, but no, where's your professional pride?
Absolutely.
You've got to go and play.
Yeah.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.